Stay tuned as we check out this Marvel Legends Marvel 80th Anniversary Iron Man. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we're taking a look at this classic Iron Man. Is it possibly the best classic Iron Man we have in figure form? We shall find out. It certainly looks that way. It's got some accessories, some blast effects that I've never even seen before, interchangeable hands down here hiding in the corner, and 3 interchangeable heads that give you a couple of different classic looking designs. And of course, we get that unmasked Tony Stark head, which I always appreciate, to give us those display options. So it's looking really good in this box. I like the design of these boxes, and yeah, excited to open this guy. But of course, I have all 3 of the Holy Trinity in Marvel form. So we have Captain America, Iron Man and Thor, all in their classic outfits, all in this Marvel 80 years anniversary line, and they look great in the boxes. But I can't wait to open them up and find a place on the display for them. It's probably going to be the best version of each figure. So obviously stick around the channel as I will be reviewing all of them. But yeah, Iron Man looks good. So there he is in the front of the box. We get a classic looking picture on the side there. And then on the back, we get a little write-up that reads, "Genius industrialist and inventor Tony Stark creates a suit of armor for himself powered by the arc reactor in his chest, becoming the hero Iron Man." So it is no secret to anyone that Iron Man is one of my favourite characters, probably my favourite character in the whole of the Marvel Comics, movie verse, everything. I like that he's a normal guy and it's his genius creating this suit that makes him a threat. So without further ado, let's get him open. And here we have our Iron Man out of the box, and obviously first impressions are very high. Really like this classic looking design, and I like it when we get tons of accessories as well, so I can't complain. Looks really good. So obviously this design is a little bit outdated now. We're used to the modernized versions, but still this is looking really good. This is what we brought it. We wanted a classic looking Iron Man, and he will fit nicely on your shelf. I do like the sort of gold. It sort of shines under the bright lights here on my display table, and it's like a crimson red as well. It seems like there's a bit of marbling in there a little bit, but I always like the marbling effect, especially when it's a metal, meant to be a metal figure. So yeah, don't mind that marbling detail at all. And the gold is really nice. It's just the gold and red, simple design, looks good. The helmet, God knows how he sees out of those eye slits there. It looks, he's going to be walking into and flying into many walls, but still, it is how the design of the classic Iron Man outfit used to look. So let's take a look at these accessories, shall we? So obviously he comes packed with 1 fisted hand and 1 open palm hand, but we do get a set of both. So you can have fisted or open palm hands. And I'm sure you've seen this a million times before. The open palm hand has a hole in it for the repulsor effects. And again, we've seen these repulsor effects many times before in different colours, but now we get them in this nice yellow. But what we do get, we get 2 of them by the way, but what is new in this set are these pieces. Now, I've never seen these before. Let me know in the comments below, have you seen these in any Marvel Legend before? I don't recognise them, but they have a peg, just like the repulsor effects, so they will plug in to the hands. So you can display them just like that, but they have a hole in, which makes me think these repulsor effects are meant to go in there. So let's try that, shall we? So, repulsor effect, it's a tight squeeze, but they do fit. So that is how that looks, and I'm assuming we plug that in, and that is how you're going to have him displayed, with like a massive blast, which is pretty good. It's new, which I like. I like new things. So yeah, like a repulsor blast works quite well. So I'm guessing you can get 2 of them, or maybe put them on the feet to sort of simulate flight, like it's just blasted off the floor maybe. So yeah, possibilities for posing around with them. I'm sure you can get creative. Now I've zoomed in to give you a closer look of the head sculpt, and obviously I'm going to do some head swaps, but while we're here, may as well have a closer look at the body, and it does seem to be a new mould. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but it all seems new to me. But my other classic Iron Man is still in the vintage packaging, so I could be wrong. But yeah, it's all gold and red. The reds are slightly different from the chest to the gloves, but not too much, but slightly. But there is decent articulation for this figure, especially getting him in flying poses. That head goes all the way back as well. So that's pretty good, especially now we got these blaster effects that help him fly. That works out pretty well. Okay, so you guys know about articulation. Let's try these new heads, all right? So there's the first one. We've seen that. Here's the second one. And this one looks very different. I didn't think it would, but the shapes on them are very different. Again, I'm guessing these are two different artist renditions of this classic Iron Man. So you let me know in the comments below what artists are these meant to be, as obviously I don't know every single artist in the comics. But both of them look similar, but obviously very unique as well. So again, no right or wrong answer. Pick your poison. Which one do you prefer? But let's try the unmasked Tony Stark head. And there we have the classic looking Tony Stark. Before Robert Downey Jr. took the role, this is always how he has looked in the comics. He's an alcoholic, but he's always had that little mustache. But I really like this face sculpt. It looks brand new, to be fair. I like the quiff with a few little tufts of hair there. And it's all black. And he's, yeah, looks good. It's always good to know you can get your Iron Man in a flying pose, and this guy definitely does some decent articulation to make that happen. If it will focus for me, there we go. And I've put both of those blast effects on the feet, so probably don't need to be that dramatic, but just showing you that both of them can plug into the boots. And yeah, get him on a flight stand, and they look pretty good. And then here's a look of those blaster effects in both of the hands, and that looks really good. Definitely for some dramatic poses. ACBA people are going to be happy with how they look. I like that they're new pieces. We've not seen them before. And yeah, they look really good. They do the job. Now, moving on to comparisons, I don't really have too many classic comic book Iron Men in my collection. You know me, massive MCU fan, so the majority of my Hall of Armour are from the movies. But I do have this Extremis Iron Man from the recent, well, I say recent, 2018 Okoye Build-A-Figure wave. And this is a great Iron Man, but it's a much more modern version of Iron Man in the comic compared to this classic version. And you can see they stand at about the same height, and the golds are different, but the reds are quite similar. And I do, of course, have this vintage wave Iron Man as well, but it's still in packaging, as you can tell. I haven't opened it yet. I've got wave 1 and wave 2 still on card. I just can't bring myself to open them. But that's probably the closest version of this outfit I have in figure form. Is this vintage wave 1 Iron Man. Just haven't opened it, and I'm not going to open it. So yeah, I can do some comparison with some movie figures, but before we do that, I want to sort of see if the interchangeable heads that you get with this guy and this guy sort of work when I swap them around. So let's try that. So there we have a quick head swap. This head doesn't look too bad on this figure. It does fit on the peg. You just need to heat it up a little bit and it will pop on there. And yeah, it looks all right. It looks a little bit small, but he is meant to be wearing an iron outfit, so I guess that sort of makes sense. Where this one, the head probably too big for the Extremis figure and doesn't work out as well. But this one isn't too bad if you want the classic costume with a modern style Tony Stark. In case anyone was wondering, yes, this Tony Stark head does fit on a Marvel Legends suited body. This is the one that comes with the Tony Stark from the Marvel Studios line. It doesn't really have a neck, but it does the job, and I'm sure it'll work on other suited bodies also. And just for comparison's sake, here we have a couple of MCU Iron Men with the Mark 7 from the Avengers film and then the Mark 50 from Infinity War. And this is the updated Mark 50 from the 2-pack with Spider-Man. So obviously go and check out the channel, as I have done a full review of that figure, and as you can see, the colours have been upgraded. But this Iron Man stands probably about the same height, probably a tiny bit smaller, but still works out pretty well. And then to finish up, here we have Iron Man compared to the other two Marvel 80th anniversary figures in this wave, including Captain America and Thor. And these three, the OG Trinity, look really good together. It's a shame that these hands don't have a hinge in it, because it's really hard to get him to hold his helmet. You just got to balance it. But yeah, these three look really good together. They scale great together. And yeah, very happy to have them in the collection. So final thoughts, I'm really happy with this Iron Man figure. Very happy to have him represented in his classic form here in my collection, and I'm sure you guys won't be disappointed. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments below and check out the videos tab. I've got tons of reviews, and of course I've already reviewed this Captain America and Thor, so go and check them out as well. But yeah, still plenty of reviews to go, so you know what to do. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, people, my name is Dan W, and I shall see you on the next one.